The Rogue Prince of Persia is like a bowl of Fruit Loops. Obviously, the color palette for the game does share a striking resemblance to the breakfast food with its vibrancy, but it's that feeling of familiarity and comfort provided by the Prince of Persia IP, playing in classic 2D combined with a game feel that gives you deja vu thanks to the history of Evil Empire. The Rogue Prince of Persia is everything that it should be and bears the mark of an excellent roguelite. There is an addictive quality that constantly demands one more run, not only because of the gameplay, but also to learn how the story will unfold. Before jumping into the review, we just wanted to take a quick second to talk about our 2024 goals as an outlet, and you can help us reach our main goal, which is getting to 15,000 subscribers. If you're unfamiliar, we're trying to take content creation to a more elevated and positive environment without toxicity. If you enjoy what we're doing, consider subscribing, liking the video, or sharing it with a friend that you think might enjoy it. Any or all of these will make a very big difference in the algorithm. If people are going to point to dead cells, then the counterpoint is mobility and flow. Wall running, swinging, jumping across poles, bouncing between walls, and sliding down aqueducts are all waiting for you to master. You'll get into a flow state when chaining together some of these movements. Add in the fluid combat that feels intuitive, and throw in some boss fights that are as epic as you want them to be, and you have a game feel that is second to none. The art style is gorgeous and filled with loads of attention to little details with the visuals and animations. Rays of light cast in through smoky areas and in between walls. The prince calmly places his daggers in his back pockets when not using them for a few seconds, and poles that stick out from the wall bend when the prince lands on them are just a few examples of how much care and attention was given to every facet of this game. Finally, the soundtrack is mesmerizing by Asadi, a Persian-American electronic music producer that creates a fusion of hip-hop and Middle Eastern, but each level has its own distinct score that fits perfectly within the bigger picture. When you die and get sent back to the Oasis, the music provides a calm and serene feel that allows you a minute to refocus. In other areas like the enemy camp, the music is much more oppressive and industrial by creating a completely different feel while staying cohesive with the rest of the game. Early access begins with 6 biomes, 8 main weapons, 6 powerful tools, 2 major boss encounters, and 30 trinkets. While content can feel a little short at the moment, Evil Empire have said that between now and the release of 1.0, there will be new levels, bosses, weapons, enemies, and upgrades. Even with the game in the condition that it's in, there is more than enough high-quality gameplay here at the moment to easily recommend. There really isn't any major issues with the Rogue Prince of Persia. Frame rates can take a very nasty dip, but only during loading sections between areas, and that doesn't affect gameplay at all. There is a wonderful medallion system that allows you to use up to 4 different medallions, which are boons during each run, and more effective depending on which slot you put them into, but at times, it can be a little busy and unclear. The Rogue Prince of Persia is a story-focused roguelite, and just like Hades, the prince reacts differently when seeing people after certain events, but adding in a few more lines of dialogue would be great for keeping the immersion. It would also be pretty incredible if between now and the full release, if the Rogue Prince of Persia added in some voice acting, although that could be closer to a monkey's paw wish. Calling the Rogue Prince of Persia a reskin of Dead Cells would be a major disservice to the game and the people at Evil Empire who poured their hearts into this love letter. The Rogue Prince of Persia is proof that Evil Empire are much more than just a support studio, which they were for Dead Cells. There is a great experience here with loads of unique ideas. The Rogue Prince of Persia is a must-play for any fan of the series or the genre. Until next time, remember to be nice to your fellow gamer, but more importantly, be nice to your fellow human.